Good morning, Cappuccino. It is day 4, March 19th, and here is our warm-up for today. So we are just solving for x on the warm-up, and you should be using the deconstruction method like we've been doing in class. I am not going to go over these problems right now. Instead, I'm going to start the notes. Today, we're going to look at problems exactly like this, but we're going to learn a new method called the balance method. The balance method is what we've been doing when we have x on both sides of the equation, but now we're going to look at how do we use the balance method to solve any equation. Okay, so here's your warm-up. Go ahead and do that. If you can upload your picture to Canvas, that would be really great. Okay, so I want you to try and upload a picture to Canvas. I'm going to have an assignment in Canvas. Okay, so there's going to be an assignment. Yesterday or 2 days ago, I can't remember when, Selma was able to do it. So way to go, Selma. Thank you for uploading that to Canvas. So I want to see if you can figure out how to upload your picture into the assignment in Canvas, okay? Maybe later today I will make a video showing how to do that for those of you who can get into Canvas but just need help figuring out how to do the upload. Okay, so moving back to the notes then. I'm going to switch back to my notes. So yesterday, my examples looked like this, where I had x on both sides of the equation, and to get rid of the x on the right, I used what's called the balance method. So this is called the balance method, where you do something to one side of the equation and you do the exact same to the other side of the equation. This is called the balance method. So we're going to be using the balance method now to solve any old equation. Okay, so before we start solving that equation, let's do it the old-fashioned way, where we use deconstruction. So for deconstruction on this problem, I would write x equals, and then 2x equals, and then 2x plus 10 equals 16. So then I know I would do, this is times by 2, and this is plus 10, and then I'd have to do the opposite, minus 10, and divide by 2. So 16 minus 10 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Okay, so there's our deconstruction method. So we're going to keep in mind how we do deconstruction when we do our balance method. We're going to keep this in mind. Okay, so here is my equation. And I want to get the x by itself. I want to have just x all by itself on the left-hand side. So I want to get rid of the 10 and I want to get rid of the 2. So we're going to think about this in terms of the deconstruction method. And I'm going to make a little table off to the side here. If I was doing the deconstruction method, I would say, okay, here's my x. X is being times by 2, so I'm going to write that here on the side. It's being times by 2, and then it's being added by 10, added by 10. I'm going to write that here on the side. Now, to solve, we have to do the opposite, so I'm going to kind of make a little table here. The opposite of plus 10 is minus 10, and the opposite of times by 2 is divide by 2. Now, notice when we solved using deconstruction, the first thing I did was I minused by 10, and then I divided by 2. So that's what we're going to do here in the balance method. It's going to be the same thing. So I'm going to minus 10, and then I'm going to divide by 2. So I'm going to minus 10, and then I'm going to divide by 2. So see, I put a little arrow here showing which way I'm going to go. I'm going to minus 10, and then divide by 2. So to get rid of this 10 here, I'm going to minus 10. In math space, the way they write this out is they put it on one line. So in math space, it would look like this. 2x plus 10, and then the minus 10. That's the left-hand side. Now, on the right-hand side, we still have our 16, but whatever I do to the left-hand side, I have to do the same to the right-hand side. I have to keep it balanced. The two sides are equal, so I have to do the same thing to both sides. So now look what happens. 10 minus 10 is 0. So the 10 minus 10 goes away, and I'm left with 2x. And on the right-hand side, I have 16 minus 10. 16 minus 10 is 6. So notice, look how that looks like the next line when I was doing deconstruction. 2x equals 6. 2x equals 6. Okay? Really similar, just kind of a little bit different. Okay, so I did the minus 10. I already took care of that, so I'm going to cross that off. Did that. Now I need to divide by 2. So see how I have this 2 here? It's being multiplied with the x. So to make that go away, I'm going to do the opposite, which is to divide. So I'm going to take my 2x, and I'm going to divide it by 2. Remember, we use the fraction bar for division. And I'm going to have to do the same thing to the right-hand side. Okay, this is balancing. If I do something to one side, I have to do the same to the other side. Now, what's 2 divided by 2? 2 divided by 2 is just 1, right? We learned that from reducing our fractions. So I'm left with x. And on the right-hand side, 6 divided by 2 is 3. So notice we got the same answer as when we did it with the deconstruction method. All right, I'm going to do a few more examples, and then I will set up problems in MathSpace, and I want you to try doing them with the balance method. Okay, so here's our next example. 3x plus 5 is equal to 20. So if I think about my deconstruction here, what's happening to the x? I see x is being times by 3, and it's being added by 5. Okay, so I'm thinking about my deconstruction. It's being times by 3 and added by 5. So what are the opposites of those? The opposite of plus 5 is minus 5. The opposite of times by 3 is divide by 3. So, like we did on the last problem, I need to start here at the bottom with minusing the 5. I'm going to minus the 5 first. Okay, so in MathSpace, they would write this out on a single line. They would write 3x plus 5, and then they would write the minus 5. That's the left side. Okay, notice I like putting a line on my equal sign here. On the right-hand side, they would have 20 and do the exact same thing. If you do something to one side, you have to do it to the other side. You have to balance. We have to balance these. Exact same thing to both sides. Now, 5 minus 5 is 0. We did the minus 5 to get rid of the plus 5. So now we have 3x is all that's left on the left-hand side. And on the right-hand side, we have 20 minus 5, which is 15. All right, so I took care of my minus 5. So what do I have to do now? I have to divide by 3. Dividing by 3 will get rid of the times by 3. So I'm going to write 3, wrong color, 3x divided by 3. And on the right-hand side, I'm going to have 15 divided by 3. If I do something to one side, I have to do the same thing to the other side. Now, like we learned with our reducing fractions, 3 divided by 3 is just 1. So I'm just left with x. And 15 divided by 3 is 5. Okay? I'm going to do the next example in Spanish. Yay, wish me luck. Here we go. Next example. Ejemplo número 3. 4x menos 1 igual 19. En este problema, no necesito mi tabla con las cosas con x. So, con x es con por 4 y menos 1. Necesita el contrario de estas cosas. El contrario de menos 1 es más 1. El contrario de por es dividir. Necesita reverse el orden. Necesita va aquí primero y aquí segundo. Necesita remove menos 1 primero con el contrario, que está más 1. So, aquí está iguales. So, necesita más 1 a los dos lados. So, 4x menos 1 y más 1. Porque necesita remove menos 1 con más 1. Y a la derecha tiene 19 más 1. Mira, es exactamente lo mismo de este. Este remove menos 1 porque yo quiero x solo. La idea aquí es necesita x solo. So, remove menos 1 con más 1 primero. So, negativo 1 más 1 es 0. So, yo solamente tiene 4x a la izquierda. Y a la derecha, 19 más 1 es 18. Oh, sorry. 19 más 1 es 20. Lo siento. Qué loco. Ok. Es 20. All right. Yo terminé este. Y necesita dividir con 4. So, a la izquierda necesita dividir con 4. Y a la derecha necesita dividir con 4. Exactamente lo mismo cosa a los dos lados. 4 entre 4 es 1. Este es similar a los problemas con fractions. ¿Recuerda? Cuando usted reduce un fraction, lo mismo número arriba y abajo, igual a 1. So, este es una x o solamente x. A la derecha es 20 entre 4. 20 entre 4 es 5. La respuesta es 5. Es posible hacerlo un check también. Check está normal. 4x menos 1 igual a 19. 4 por 5 menos 1 igual a 19. 4 por 5 más negativo 1. Underline, plus sign, underline, slash. 4 times 5 is 20. 20 plus negative 1 is 19. Yay! Happy face. Okay? We can check like normal. Okay? El check está normal. All right, one more. Let's do one more together, and then I'll let you try them all by yourself in math space. Okay? So in math space will not know if you're doing deconstruction or balance. So you actually get to do it however you want. But try the balance method. Okay, so here's my x. What's happening to my x? It's being times by negative 2 and being added by 5. What's the opposite? El contrario de más 5, the opposite to plus 5 is minus 5. Times negative 2, the opposite is divide by negative 2. Don't lose the negative. Okay? El contrario de por es dividir con lo mismo número. No cambiar el signo. El signo es negativo. El operation cambiar. Por va a entre. El contrario, operation. Ok, ¿qué está primero? Este. Va abajo, arriba. Menos 5 primero. Okay? So I have negative 2x plus 5. What am I going to do first? I'm going to do the minus 5. So minus 5. And I have to do the exact same thing to the right side. Minus 5 here. I have to minus 5 here. 5 minus 5 is 0. 5 menos 5 es 0. So no más 5. Solamente negativo 2x. I only have negative 2x left. And here, 11 minus 5 is 6. Okay, 11 menos 5 está 6. Okay, back to the table. I did that. Now I need to divide by negative 2. Divide by negative 2 gets rid of times by negative 2. Okay, entre negativo 2 remove por negativo 2. So I have negative 2x. I'm going to divide by negative 2. And on the right, I have to do the exact same thing. Divide by negative 2. So I copied down my 6. Now I'm going to divide both sides by negative 2. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. So that goes away. I'm just left with x. A positive divided by a negative is a negative. So my answer is negative 3. So now I have negative 2 times negative 3 plus 5. Does that equal 11? Underline plus sign, underline multiply. Negative times a negative is a positive. 6 plus 5 is 11. Happy face. So my answer is good. Okay, now you go and try the balance method in math space. Good luck. If you need help, send me an email. I can make you a video to help you with your problems in math space. Just ask. Si usted necesita ayuda, pregúntame. Darme un email y dice, Miss Castro, yo necesito ayuda en math space, por favor. Yo me voy a escribir un video solamente para usted. Okay, so send me an email if you need help. Have a great day. Miss you all. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.